Very warm greetings, my dear friends. In this video, we are studying about Chinese remainder theorem. First, we have to see the statement of the theorem. The system of linear congruences x congruent to a1 modulo m1, x congruent to a2 modulo m2, etc. x congruent to ak modulo mk, where m1, m2, etc. mk are pairwise relatively prime positive integers, and a1, a2, ak are given integers. That system of congruences has unique solution modulo m1 times m2 times etc. times mk. What is the meaning of this statement? We have a variable x. When we divide x by different pairwise relatively prime positive integers m1, m2, etc. mk, we have the different remainder a1, a2, etc. ak. Then x is congruent to some value, it is unique value when we divide by product of these prime positive integers mi's. This is the meaning of this theorem. How we are going to prove? Two steps we are using for proving this theorem. First step is existence. So there is a solution exists. This is the first step. Second step, we have to prove uniqueness, because the statement contains unique, the word unique solution available, so uniqueness we have to prove. So two steps. So first step we are proving existence. We have to, in existence, we have to construct the solution. So one value for x we are constructing, and we have to verify it satisfies the given congruences. So like that. So for this, first we have to assume let n equal to the product of all mi's, m1 times, m2 times, etc. mk, and let what is ni? Ni equal to n divided by mi, I equal to 1, 2, etc. k. Since each mi's are pairwise relatively prime. So since m1, m2, etc. mk are pairwise relatively prime. What is the meaning of this? m1 and m2 we are comparing means GCD is 1. m1 and m3 we are comparing, GCD is 1. Like that. Every pair of mi's, what is the GCD? It is 1. So using this idea, we have what is the GCD of ni and mi? It is also 1. ni and mi GCD is 1. I equal to 1, 2, etc. k. What is ni congruent to modulo mj? I not equal to. What is this remainder? Ni is the product of m1, m2, etc. mk other than mi. Okay, other than mi. So mi is not available. So it is a product of some mj, j not equal to I. So product of mj mean automatically it is divided by mj. That's why the remainder will be 0. So also ni congruent to 0 modulo mj. Now we are going to construct the solution. Since ni mi equal to 1, congruence ni times some yi congruent to 1 modulo mi I equal to 1, 2, etc. For some y. For some y, we are going to get this. Can check this. From this only, we are constructing that. What is x? X we are constructing like this. X equal to a1, n1, y1 plus a2, n2, y2 plus etc. plus ak, nk, yk. We are constructing x like this. So we have to verify x satisfies the given one, given congruences, and it has a unique solution. Okay. Already we have, since ni is congruent to 0 modulo mk, I not equal to k, all terms except the kth term of 1 congruent to 0 modulo mk. Okay, so all the terms, ni congruent to 0 modulo mk, all the terms except kth term is equal to 0. So, but what we have, since already we have ni yi, so here nk yk congruent to 1 modulo mk. We have x congruent to ak, nk, yk modulo mk, which is congruent. In place of nk, yk I can write 1. So ak modulo mk for k equal to 1, 2, etc. k. So x congruent to ak modulo mk. So thus x satisfies every congruence of the system. Thus x satisfies every congruence of the system. Okay, so x is a solution. This gives x is a solution of the given system. Okay, so like that we are constructing x. What is x? X is equal to a1 n1 y1 plus a2 n2 y2 plus etc. ak nk yk. a1 a2 ak are given reminders. n1 n2 nk already we defined. Ni is equal to n divided by mi, and y1 is a number satisfying n1 y1 or ni yi congruent to 1 modulo mi. So like this we are constructing the solution. Second step, we are proving uniqueness. Suppose we are having two different solutions, then we have to prove both are same. So let us assume, let x1 and x2 be two solutions of the system. What we have to prove? x1 and x2 are same. So to prove x1 congruent to x2 modulo Now x1 congruent to some aj modulo mg because x1 satisfying given congruence, and x2 is congruent to x2 also solution, no? So aj modulo mg, j equal to 1 2 etc. k. So x1 is also a solution, x2 also a solution, so x1 and x2 satisfy some congruences, no? So that congruence I am taking. Now we have to subtract this. What is x1 minus x2, which is congruent to here 0 modulo mg. x1 minus x2 congruent to aj minus aj 0 modulo mg. So x1 minus x2 congruent to 0 modulo mj mean mj divides x1 minus x2. This gives mj divides x1 minus x2. So now we have to think about this M1, M2, all MKs are pairwise relatively prime. So since M1, M2, etc. MK are pairwise relatively prime. So what is LCM of M1, M2, etc. MK, which is equal to LCM of pairwise relative prime number is just a product M1, M2, etc. MK, which divides x1 minus x2. So each mj divides x1 minus x2. That is why LCM also divides x1 minus x2 because it's a relatively prime. What is this? According to our assumption, this is our n. So n divides x1 minus x2. This gives x1 congruent to x2 modulo n. What is n? Product of all n's. Hence, the solution is unique modulo m1, m2, etc. mk. So this is a proof of Chinese remainders. We have the some linear congruences which satisfies the statement of Chinese remainder theorem. How we are going to solve that linear congruences? So you have to remember some system of linear congruences given and it satisfy Chinese remainder theorem statement. First step, we have to assume n equal to m1, m2, etc. mk and ni equal to n divided by mi. And from that, step 1, first we have to find the solutions of y1, y2, etc. yk which satisfies ni, yi congruent to 1 modulo mi. Step 2, we are assuming x equal to a1, n1, y1 plus a2, n2, y2 plus etc. plus ak, nk, yk is the solution modulo n. Only 2 steps we have. First we have to assume n equal to m1, m2, etc. mk, ni equal to n divided by mi. And we are finding the solution of y1, y2, etc. yk which satisfy ni, yi congruent to 1 modulo mi. And then we are assuming the solution x equal to a1, n1, y1 plus a2, n2, y2 plus etc. plus ak, nk, yk is a unique solution. So suppose we have any congruences, we have to remember. Okay, now we consider this problem. Solve the system. X is congruent to 1 modulo 3, x congruent to 2 modulo 4, x congruent to 3 modulo 5. So left hand side of the congruences you have to see everything is x. So your aim is find the value of x. X congruent to this 1, remainder is 1 when divided by 3. Here remainder is 2 when divided by 4, remainder is 3 when divided by 5. Now you have to see what are the inside the bracket what we have modulo 3. 3 is the number, it is m1. Here this is M2, this is M3, 3, 4, 5. These three integers you have to see positive integer. It is pairwise relatively prime. 3 and 4, what is GCD? 1. 3 and 5, what is GCD? 1. 4 and 5, what is GCD? 1. So every pair of these MIs are relatively prime. Okay, so using this, using Chinese remainder theorem, we are going to solve this. So what are the given congruences? We can take x congruent to 1 modulo 3. Next, x congruent to 2 modulo 4. X congruent to 3 modulo 5. Okay. Again you have to verify. Here all are x same. Here 3, 4, 5. These are relatively prime numbers. Prime integer, positive integer. Relatively prime means 3 and 4. What is GCD? It is 1. Okay. 3 and 4 are relatively prime. 4 and 5 are relatively prime. 3 and 5 are relatively prime. So every pair of integers GCD is 1. Okay. So now we can follow the Chinese remainder theorem. So according to Chinese remainder theorem, these are x, these are a's, these are m's. So what is a1? A1 is 1, a2 is 2, a3 is 3 in this problem. And what is m1? M1 is 3, m2 is 4, m3 is 5. So 3, 4, 5, clearly we have these are pairwise relatively prime. So that also we can write clearly m1, m2, m3 are pairwise relatively prime. Positive integer. Okay, this is a condition in Chinese remainder theorem. Next, what we have to assume? N equal to, what is n? In Chinese remainder theorem, we have to recall m1 times m2 times m3. m1 into m2 into m3. What is the value? 3 times 4 times 5 equal to 60. Now we can find out, this is n, not n1. This is n. What is n1 now? n1 is n divided by m1. N value is 60, m1 value is 3, so equal to 20. What is n2? n2 is n divided by m2, which is equal to n value 60, m2 value is 4, so it is 15. What is n3? n divided by m3, it is 60 divided by 5 equal to 12. So n1, n2, n3 we have now. So now we are finding y1, y2, y3 value which satisfy the congruences. So what is aim now? We will find y1, y2, y3. y1, y2, y3 from the congruences. What is the congruences? n1, y1 congruent to 1 modulo m1. n2, y2 congruent to 1 modulo m2. n3, y3 congruent to 1 modulo m3. So from these three congruences, what are the values? y1, y2, y3 we are finding. Okay, so now you have to take the first congruences. What is the first congruences? n1. Now I am taking the first one. n1 y1 congruent to 1 modulo m1. What is this? n1 value already we have. n1 is 20. 20 y1 congruent to 1 modulo m1 value. What is m1 value? It is 3. So by trial and error, we can find out the value of y. So I have to take this y1 equal to 1. Some integer we have to take. Some easily we can verify. Suppose I am taking y1 equal to 1. I have to divide it by, here y1 equal to 1 means this value is 20. This one I am taking here, 20 minus 1 is 19. 19 is divided by 3? No. So 1 is not possible. Next we have to think about 2. So y2 equal to 2. So 2 times 20, 40. This one I am taking here, 39. 39 is divided by 3. So 2 satisfies this congruence. So this implies y1 equal to 2 is a solution of this congruence. Okay. Similarly, second congruence you got to take. What is second congruence? n2 y2 congruent to 1 modulo m2. What is n2 here? n2 is 15. 15 times y2 congruent to 1 modulo m2 equal to 4. Now again you have to check like this. y2 equal to 1 you have to replace. So y2 equal to 1 means it is 15. This one I am taking this side, 15 minus 1, 14. 14 is not divided by 4. So 1 is not the answer. 2 I have to take 15 times 2. 15 times 2 is 30. 30 minus 1 is 29. 29 is not divided by 4. y2 equal to 3 you have to take 15 times 3 is 45. 45 minus 1 is 44 is divided by 4. So what gives? This gives y2 equal to 3 is a solution. Or y2 equal to 3. Like this only you can write. Also, third congruence you have to take. n3 y3 congruent to 1 modulo m3. n3 value, what is n3 value? 12. 12 times y3 congruent to 1 modulo 5. Now check like this. Which value satisfies this y3? y3 equal to 1 means the left hand side is 12. 12 minus 1, 11. 11 does not divide, 5 does not divide 11. And next we have 2. 24. 24 minus 1, 23 is not divided by 5. Next 3. 12 times 3, 36. This one come to this side, 35 divided by 5. Okay, so this gives y3 equal to 3 is a solution. So y1, y2, y3 we are finding. Easily we can say thus the solution of given system is x congruent to a1 n1 y1 plus a2 n2 y2 plus a3 n3 y3. So x congruent to, just replace the value for a1 n1 y1 and calculate this. So a1 equal to 1 times 20 times 2 plus 2 times 15 times 3 plus 3 times 12 times 3. Here modulo n value it is 60. Here also I can write modulo n value 60. So x congruent to is calculated. Just multiply and add 238 modulo 60. So x congruent to 238 modulo 60. What is the value? 238 divided by 60. The remainder is 58 modulo 60. Okay, so the solution of given system is x congruent to 58 modulo 60, and you have tried already, we verified, no, it is a unique solution. Okay, so using Chinese remainder theorem, we have the problem like this and we can solve easily. Thank you for watching.